I find that if a woman and a man, the women and the men who date in this environment, they're attracted to each other, they're interested in each other, I find that women will initiate some kind of touch. And if you initiate some kind of touch, they will typically initiate some kind of touch back. Why? Because they're trying to pull you in. They're trying to claim you. I've heard this many, many times from men who go to the Philippines, who go to Thailand. I've seen it many, many times for the men going to Latin America and to the Ukraine, to Russia, to places like that. For women, if you initiate a little bit of touch and you are clearly signaling, I really like you, I'd really like you to like me, I really want us to like each other enough to be exclusive to each other, I don't want to meet other women, if you like me as much as I like you, you are clearly the girl I came to meet. How do you feel about me? And as a gentleman, as somebody who really likes this girl, as someone who just showed up in her life that she's not seen before, something entirely unique, she's not going to miss that opportunity to try and draw you in, to try and claim you. So she's going to initiate a little bit of touch as well. The most common way that I find in Ukraine, for example, for women to do that, it's a bit old-fashioned, but it's very, very cute. Women will take your arm when you walk down the street. And a great way to test that proximity is you just hold your arm out, like they did in the 1950s, for crying out loud. You hold your arm out, and she'll take her hands and put them on your arm and on your biceps, literally. As you're walking down the street, she's holding onto your arm. And of course, you extend your arm is out. And then she takes your arm, she's probably almost a foot away from you. And then you bring your arm in and you draw her into you, right? And now her hands are touching your body and your arms are touching her forearms and you're tightly, almost cuddled up as you're walking down that street. And it's a very romantic gesture. And it's very rare that a woman will hold a man's arm and stand that tightly with him. She's not interested and not attracted to him. If she's willing to hold your arm and walk down the street, she is definitely following your lead in closing that proximity and establishing some kind of touch and acceptance. Offer your arm. It's the best thing you can do when you're out on a date. Many women are surprised by that. It's a very old-fashioned thing. Guys, sometimes in another culture, something casual like holding hands is a very intimate act. This is definitely true in Ukraine. It's interesting, isn't it? Because in America, holding hands is a very kind of introductory way for people to touch each other. You're holding hands and no other body parts are touching. You're just kind of holding hands, right? It's a very common thing for American couples to do in their first dating. And yet, in some cultures, it's a little bit more intimate. We don't hold hands until we're kissing each other, and because it's that intimate for some cultures, for some couples. So again, just hold that arm out. If you sense that she's not comfortable, keep it out for a little bit. Let her kind of hang out there a few inches away from you. And if it's getting cuddly and warm and friendly, then just draw her in. Lead her right in, tight to your body with your arm. What an inviting, wonderful, gentlemanly way to establish that wonderful, intimate connection.
Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides. Interested? Learn more at... If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.